Welcome. You're tuned into Life is a Sacred Journey. Every week, we bring a new perspective to aging and caregiving. Here is your host, Micheal Pope.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Life is a Sacred Journey. It is always my honor and privilege to be with you here every Friday at 8 a.m. And usually, we cover a lot of different topics that have to do with ageism, aging, caregiving, Alzheimer's, dementia, all of the things that we all care about and that mean a great deal to us as we navigate this sacred journey called life. My name is Micheal Pope. I am the host of Life is a Sacred Journey, and this Sacred Journey episode is what we call Micheal's Ponderings. I'm pondering a lot lately. There's a lot going on in my personal life, but I want to start with the fact that I lit a candle this morning, and it's actually a double wick candle, and you can see it a little bit right here. Very bright. Somebody made this. I don't know. I purchased it at a fair, and they've got, little leaves and really see there. For a gentleman who I did not know passed away until this week. His name was Jim Taylor. He was a member of Downs United Methodist Church here in the Bay Area, and just an incredible man of faith and an incredible leader who walked with me in my journey as a leader in the church. And so I just want to thank him and thank the universal God for creating him, because he was an incredible man, and he did a lot for the United Methodist denomination, particularly in the area of the United Methodist men. And so Jim Taylor, rest in peace, and thank you again for serving your church in the way that you did and teaching people like myself how to truly walk in our faith. So thank you so much. So that candle is lit for him and for those that have gone before us. So Life is a Sacred Journey was set up now over a decade ago, starting off as on the radio and then to this platform during the pandemic, to advise, to just really be a part of your life in a way where we could support you as caregivers, support you as people who are aging in place. And so I just want to, this morning, talk to you a little bit about a quote that came across my eyes this week that I thought was really, really important. And the quote is, "To be afraid is to behave as if the truth were not true." To be afraid is to behave as if the truth were not true. I'm going to say it one more time because I want you to engage with me this morning. Write in the comments what that means to you when you hear these words. I'm going to repeat it again. To be afraid is to behave as if the truth were not true. And Bayard Rustin is the person that gave us that quote. What does that mean to you? To be afraid is to behave as if the truth were not true. I think for me, it is, particularly right now, and you'll hear more about it down the road, about what's going on. I will share at a Life is a Sacred Journey Pondering. I will share because it's important for all of us that are aging and have dedicated our lives to different things, for us to share when things change for us, or when we're trying to figure out how we're going to make that move to something new, when one door is closing, that we are not afraid. And that's why this is so an amazing quote, because doors are closing in this season of my life. At first I was afraid. I was afraid that all this other, stuff that just kept floating in, afraid that this would mean the end, and all of this doom and gloomy kind of stuff. Not all of a sudden, but after much discernment, and for me, prayer, and just acknowledging who I am and who loves me. That's the truth. That's the truth, and everything is that I don't have to worry about doors closing because I am loved. I don't have to worry about doors closing because I have talent and skill and wisdom. Um, I'm a unique person. So I don't have to be afraid of those doors closing. And I have to move to a place where I understand intellectually, you understand all these things. It's emotionally where we get stuck because we don't realize, oh man, yeah, I do have talent. Oh yeah, man, I do have this. I do have that. I have skill set. And we listen to the naysayers in our circle, and that's the other thing that that has come clear to me, that we do much better when we don't engage with people who are negative and people who are the naysayers, who always want to tell you what you can't do and what you're not capable of. And especially as we age, I just think that's something I've learned here at Alzheimer's Services of the East Bay, something that has been our mantra and one of our ways of looking at the people that we serve. We never tell them they can't do anything. We modify it so that they can be successful, even though they may have Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. It is telling someone they can't do something because you are afraid of that thing that you're telling them they can't do, or that you are just one of those naysayer kind of people. I call them the Eeyore people, that just constantly have something negative to say about everything and everyone, and they also are living into their own gain. They gain when they make you feel bad and make you think that you're not capable of doing whatever. Like a person said to me the other day, well, I don't know why caregivers struggle. Why don't they just put them in a nursing home or in an assisted living or a convalescent or whatever? Well, that's not something that every single person wants to do. That doesn't mean doing that is a bad thing. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that's not everybody's trajectory. That's not everybody's journey. There are caregivers who do want to take care of their loved ones at home, and that's why Alzheimer's Services of the East Bay has been so important to those families, so that they can continue to keep their loved one at home. What does all that mean? That just means that we have to give people options and choices, and that we do not have the right to judge other individuals and tell them what they should or should not do, or can or cannot do, based on our own experiences, based on our own judgment. I think judgment is the word that I want to hold fast to, that judgment is where all of that comes in. And so how do we navigate that? But particularly caregivers, because people are going to tell you, oh, you can't do it. Look out for yourself. Yes, you have to practice self-care. Self-care is so important, whether you're a caregiver or just a person living in this world, because if you don't take care of yourself, the stressors of the world, the stressors of what other people put on you will always, always come up in their ugly head. Right now I'm dealing with a little bit of high blood pressure because of where the stage I'm in my life. And I realized yesterday, just like that, going for my walk, that's on me. It's on me if I allow negative forces to impact my health, impact the way that I navigate the world. So we have to always, even caregivers, as caregivers, find spaces where we can take care of self, where we can be with nature, go for a walk, hang out with friends, all of those things. Do something meaningful outside of the caregiver relationship. Start to paint, do pottery. I signed up in a couple of weeks. I'm going to start a rock climbing class because I need to get rid of some of this angst and quite frankly, grief and anger that I'm feeling right now. I'm engulfed in it. And so it's something that I need to. When I was a runner, it was easy. Every day I got up and ran, a couple of miles, and it was easy to get rid of things. It was easy to be set free of them. But now, in this stage of my life where I'm not able to, since I've had that sciatic episode, I'm not able to run in that way. And then I get up so early in the morning to get here to Alzheimer's Services of the East Bay. It's too early for me, honestly, too cold to start running. But I'm going to do something that I can exert this energy, because I am feeling it. It's like whirling around in my being, and not something that's visible to the naked eye, not visible to most people, because I'm really good. I learned a long time ago how to hide my emotions and to hide certain things. They bubble up, and that's what happens with caregivers. They bubble up in those moments when something triggers them, and so that's why it's important to deal with the hidden emotions, the hidden fears, the things that we hide from other people. We don't even have to share them with other people, but they exist in us, and when they are activated by a certain circumstance, a certain uh, time in a person's life, we begin to see that that is not good. It starts to make you feel like you're out of control. And so self-care, I have the honor of going to Teaneck, New Jersey next week. The Brookdale Foundation is hosting a gathering of people who provide respite care throughout the United States and are funded by, some of them funded by the Brookdale Foundation, adult daycare. And then I will be with my colleagues from Respite for All. They'll be in the house. So Daphne, looking forward to seeing you. This is an opportunity to really work with getting respite programs into areas where they don't exist now, respite programs that will help people with dementia and not be afraid of people with dementia, and respite programs, even urban areas don't have them, so that people have options, as I said earlier, to have options about where their loved ones can go, how they can care for their loved one at home, and do it in a way where they're not falling apart, and that their person, their loved one, gets to engage with other people and be in the world and not sequestered in their home, just because they can no longer navigate the complexities of driving, or even sometimes walking in their neighborhood, because they get lost and lose their way. So to be afraid is to behave as if the truth were not true. So what does that mean to you? The other is, that I've been thinking a lot about, is aging, just aging, and how we have decided that once a person gets to a certain age, that they are disposable, that they are no longer people that can give to the world, that we should even sometimes listen to. I defy that. I don't think that that is the way that it is supposed to be. And I think that we have an opportunity to change that paradigm. I think ageism and folks like Ashton, who are working with the old school network, which I love, who's providing a lot of data about ageism and creating a conversation around ageism that is fruitful, and helping us to even take it out of our language. We are so ageist in our language, the way we speak about children, the way we speak about young people, the way we speak about our elders, to the point where it's like, I told somebody the other day when they said, "Oh, the young people are our future." And I asked them to think back to when they were 18 and 19 years old, 20 years old. If somebody had said that to them, how would they feel? I would have been, and somebody did say it to me, and I'm going to tell you what my thought was. It's not my job to fix the world that you're saying that I need to fix. At 19 and 20 years old, I had no clue who I even was. And to give me that massive burden, as if I was born to save the world at 19 and 20 years old, when I couldn't even save myself, is depressing. And I think particularly in this time where young people are voting for the first time, 18-year-olds, shout out to all of you 18-year-olds that are voting for the first time. Yay, 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 you do your thing, okay? And you read that book and you make your best choices, and you can continue to live out your civic responsibility. I am so happy and proud of every first-time voter that is out there. To the young adults in the Oakland area who also are working hard within their high schools to get young people to register, and teaching them how to read the ballots and how to use the ballot book that has all the stuff in it. Shout out to you guys that are doing that. That happened, I think, here in Berkeley a couple of years ago. They were given the opportunity to do that, to vote, because if we're saying you are the future, then I don't want to be the future just because you've messed up the future. I want to be a part of the future where I'm at the table having conversations and helping to change things with my vote, and possibly even becoming a legislator myself, a board of supervisor, a mayor, a senator, or whatever the role is, working for community-based services where we need people to do that, working within the counties, and not just because you want a good retirement or a halfway decent paycheck, there because you care about how people live in the community around you, and that you're there to help everybody to navigate this incredible journey when you don't have resources. When we don't realize that we are privileged, and I'm not just talking about white privilege, I'm talking about privilege, any kind of privilege that I have privilege. I was able to drive to work today. I was able to take my vitamins that I purchased, and I was able to purchase them. So all of those things are privileges that we have, and they are given to us as a gift, not something to hang over somebody else just because they don't have them. But we also need to share our privilege. That's why we do Life is a Sacred Journey, Felicia and I. We're not trying to tell people how to live their lives, but we just want to share. This all started because there was a need. It wasn't like, oh, let's do this because we want to make money. We want everybody to know us. We want to influence people. We want to help people. We want to help people. And to me, if that's what an influencer is, then that's great. But for me, it was about helping people. And we went to this platform because we knew that during the pandemic, this was a way that we were going to get a hold of people, because people were on Facebook, they were on Instagram, they were on TikTok or Z or whatever the heck it's called, all of that. And we knew we could get them some information right away that would help them in their caregiving journey, as well as to how to navigate COVID if you had someone in your home that was over the age of 65. Or you yourself was over the age of 65. This had nothing to do with becoming wealthy. It had nothing to do with being stopped on the street and saying, hey, I know you. I mean, that has happened to me, but it wasn't about that. That wasn't our intention at all. And so, I really today have to thank Felicia, because she was the one, along with the interns that came with her, that said, and all the interns that I had, that said, take this platform out into the social media world, so that people all over the world could hear about Alzheimer's, dementia, caregiving, aging, because those are the things that I've become pretty expert on. Adult day healthcare, daycare, those models of care. Now I'm becoming an expert on Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, Medicare Part D, Senior Advantage programs. And why? Because I'm experiencing them in my own life. I just signed up yesterday. Yay! So those are all the things that as we age in place, and as we live this incredible journey called life, that we have the opportunity of participating in, and then sharing with other people. It is so important to share with other people. Any knowledge that you get, if you keep it to yourself, I mean, what fun is it if you just keep it to yourself, if you don't share it with other people? So before I go, because we're going to do a half-hour show right on the nose today, because I have to go and help out in the program space. For those of you that are very, very close to me and can tell, because I've heard from you, or that you're feeling me and you know that something's going on in my life. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you. There's something major going on in my life right now. I don't choose to share it at the moment because it's something I really want to keep to myself and keep it private for the moment. But know this, but know this. It takes courage every day just to get up and put your feet on the ground and put one foot in front of the other. And if you make it to the bathroom where you can throw water on your face and refresh yourself, and you start brushing your teeth, and for me, fixing these incredible curly curls, then you know you've kind of started the day, right? And you're just thankful. So I'm thankful for every day, regardless of the stressors or the terrorists that come into my life, because I'm starting to call them terrorists now, because that's what they are. They're terrorists. They don't want anything good for you, and they act like they do, but they really don't care about you at all. And what they're doing is making sure that they get what they want. And those are terrorists. You know, they don't sit down and talk to you like you're a human being. They come at you and blindside you. Um, and they're terrorists. I'm just going to call it the way it is. But this I do know. Terrorists have the power for a very short period of time. And then the day comes where terrorists no longer have power. They are silenced. It is those of us that walk with peace and love and wanting to do well by other people, where money isn't the catalyst for our actions and for how we navigate the world, where power isn't the catalyst and for how we navigate the world. We will always rise up. We will rise up, and we will be you'll find joy and peace and calm, and there will be hundreds of people around you that will love you and guide you. So if you're a caregiver right now, right this very minute, and or for the first time, or you've been a caregiver for a long time, know that you are not alone. Know that there are people out there who are wanting to help you, willing to help you, and want to walk with you. And if you do that, find the resources, find what you need, you will know that by the end of the day, that you have done something that is absolutely incredible. You will have loved another person. You will have loved them unconditionally. You will have walked with them unconditionally, and you will be the better for it. Doesn't mean it won't be stressful. No, doesn't mean that at all. Doesn't mean it won't have its moments where you feel so anxiety, confusion, or that you feel like you haven't done your best. But at the end of it, you will be able to look back and say, I've done the best I can. And then you can move on, because to be afraid is to behave as if the truth were not true. I want to thank you, all of you, whether you're here in the States or over there across the pond in Belgium and India, France, all the places where my friends and colleagues live. Thank you for supporting Life is a Sacred Journey. I want to thank the Touch of Life Foundation, who invited me last week to an event they had in the Silicon Valley. Fantastic event. I made a lot of new friends, did a lot of networking, and I will be following up on all of those folks pretty soon. I want to thank again Felicia for walking with me here at Life is a Sacred Journey. And I want to thank all the caregivers and the individuals who have come to ASAP, Alzheimer's Services of the East Bay, for the last 38 years and have been a part of our story here. And thank you for letting us be a part of your story. We don't know what the future has to hold ever. And so we should always take time to say thank you and be grateful for everything that we participate in. So have a great weekend, everybody. Get out there in the world and enjoy the weather. It's supposed to be a beautiful, I guess, fall. I guess it is fall weekend. Hug a tree, pet a cat, pet a dog, hug yourself, hug a friend, but get out there in the world and feel the goodness of the world. And for all of you people who spread lies and anger and bring chaos with you, you can change. It's a personal choice. You can change. But if you don't, then there's not much anyone can say. But if you do, you will experience life in a very different way. And you will experience loyalty and all of those things that you probably are looking for in your life that make you the person that you are. So come aboard the peace train and get away from that dark side that you're living in right now, because there's nothing there, and only good and good and good will always prevail. No matter how much of a terrorist you are, good will prevail. And if you are a person out there right now that is experiencing anxiety and depression to the point where you think that your life is not worth it, there is a hotline number 988 where there are people on the other end of that line that are there to support you and to get you through with case management and resources. You are not alone. Right now, I'm so thankful in my life that I'm not alone, that I have people around me that care about me and love me, that I'm not worried about the terrorists that have been attacking my integrity and who I am, because I don't have to. I don't have to. Angry, yeah. Grieving, yeah. But happy, oh yeah. Okay. I had a wonderful day. Thursdays with Nora. You know, Nora is my granddaughter, and Thursdays I spend the day with her. And if nothing else in this world brings me joy, that certainly does. And then I have children that I love and respect, adult children that I love and respect and who love me. And then I have an army of friends and warriors that love me. So know that you are not alone, because there are people around you that you may not even recognize that hold your life in such a wonderful regard. And they are waiting for you just to say, I need a little help. I need a shoulder. I need a hand. And so have a great weekend, and thank you for coming to Life is a Sacred Journey. We will continue this platform for the rest of this year. We will be doing some what they call going back in time, flashback tapings will come on, because I am traveling a little bit. And then at the first of the year, Felicia and I are looking at changing our platform a little bit. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but don't go away. Share, subscribe, and come on this journey with us. We're getting ready to start something new, and it's great, and it's going to be wonderful. So live the adventure of your life, knowing it's your life, and you can't let anybody take it away from you. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace.